So we're going to try and check out the speedo problem on this Mercedes-Benz G320 1994. Turns out that the speed sensor in the back here, which has been replaced already, is actually a Hall effect sensor, according to the information I've been able to find. So I'm going to check these three wires in this connector. Two of them should actually be a voltage, and one should be a ground. And the other information I found is that there's a drive gear inside this angle drive mechanism, possibly up in here, that fails, a plastic gear of some kind. So we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to test the circuits in here, and then we're going to put the actual speed sensor on there, run it with a drill, and see if the speedometer works, and we'll pick up from there. So on this terminal, with the key in the run position, I have 0 volts. On this terminal, I have 5.65 volts. And on the third one, which I would expect to be battery voltage, I have 0 volts as well. So it's possible that this Hall effect sends a voltage out, and that 5 volts is the voltage required for it to work. Because it's a molded connector, I can't really back probe it unless that does look like it comes off. I might be able to pull that off. But anyways, I'm going to hook this up and run it with a drill and see if it actually works. So one of the challenges of working by yourself is that I got nobody to watch the speedo while I spin it with this drill. But nevertheless, I've got a borescope set up, hooked up or mounted on the steering wheel, and I'm going to spin this speed sensor. And lo and behold, as you can see, speedometer works. So obviously the problem is in this drive down here, like I suspected. So I'm going to take that apart and have a look inside there. So I removed the angle drive housing off the back of the transfer case, and there's the steel gear that drives the nylon gear, and this is what I found here. This nylon gear is broken in half, and the other half is down inside there. So obviously we need this drive gear. And I guess I'll put that back on to keep the oil from coming out. So I've got this angle drive housing apart. Here's the two pieces of the plastic gear split. And it's split because this is seized in here. Can't turn this. Should be able to turn it quite easily. So I'm not sure why it's seized. It turns, but not very easily. I'm not sure if that's supposed to come out of there. This goes in this angle drive. It's just a friction fit, and the through bolt holds it in there. This bolt that goes through here, through that notch. So we're going to need this gear. I'm going to count the teeth on this gear because it may be a selective number of teeth. And I'm not sure if it's going to be serviced with this shaft or not. I'm going to try and pull that out of this. Well, it seems like it's coming out. Well, it seems like it's coming out of there, but I'll put it in the vise here again. Yeah. So it's just dry, just needs lubrication. There's a seal there. I'm sure if I clean that up with some memory cloth, that'll spin free again like it was supposed to. But you can see that there's a little bit of scoring on the shaft. But I would suspect that this is serviced with this gear on it, because this is sort of impregnated onto these splines. Now there was a forum that I ran across, G-Wagon forum, that I joined a couple of days ago, and I did find this information in the forum about this angle drive, and somebody was kind enough to post the part numbers and everything, but we'll see if those pan out. But anyways, I'm going to put that housing back on just temporarily until we get parts.